Hey everyone, it's Austin and welcome back to the channel. It's day 309 on my journey to 2000 where I'll be uploading a video every day until I make it there. So thank you very much for your support. Let's swap the scene, flip the tunes. And after yesterday's games, I played some more off camera. I won the first one and then won 3 in a row. You know, if you guys ever want me to review more games off camera, let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to play a 15-10 instead of a 10-minute. I think I might start doing more 15-10 games. And it's actually really struggling to find a game, which is interesting. So let's chill. I don't feel like I'm searching an uncommon time control. I'm searching, well, you guys can see it. 1754 to anywhere. Okay, so we ended up getting on the lower end of that range, but that's fine. So we got the white pieces, d4, d5. We have the queen's gambit accepted. So this is the line that I've been playing. That allows you to just recapture. And we're just going to develop and castle. And play a normal game of chess. So I'm actually going to go... I've never played a game in this position, by the way. But this is what my coach is recommending against the queen's gambit accepted. I'm going to play h3 to prevent bishop g3. And now I'm going to develop this piece. And I think I'm probably going to go queen b3 to go after these weaknesses that he's created on this side of the board. So let's go ahead and do that. This is a weakness, so let's try to exploit. I'll be looking at moves like this and this to try to get more pieces into the fray. But right now I'm playing really fast. I have no reason to be playing this fast, but that's Hollywood, baby. And we're getting our first big think of the game because he sees that the pawn she is hanging. So, to be honest, it's a lot like a London system. But I just have my bishop stuck inside of the pawn. Wow. That's an interesting move. I guess his plan is here, here. And then here. And he could take my light squared bishop, which isn't great. But I will be up a pawn. Playing without a dark squared bishop feels like it kind of sucks. So takes here, here, here. Sorry, I meant takes here, here. And then I'll always have the option to drop back. What other piece can he use to attack my queen? Nothing in that position. So it looks pretty good to me. If here, here, I can just take his knight. So... you know, let's get adventurous here. Now my knight will be unopposed in this direction. Which seems pretty cool. Seems pretty good. So I guess he's going to say that he has counterplay on this pawn since I took the counter to that pawn on his side of the board. Which is fair because he has this piece that's actually doing something as compared to my dark squared bishop, which is doing nothing. But I think I could play b3 and bishop b2. If I play b3 now, like nothing in his position seems scary at all. If he goes here, I can just take. I mean, he could try to be getting some tempi on me. Here. I probably wouldn't take. I'd probably play this. And if takes. That way, like, if my queen gets attacked, I can always move out of the way. Those kinds of things. Then there's no reason to take. But I think here and here, just like, you know, if he goes here, I'll definitely just go here. Bring my rook over. Rotate my knight towards the center. We see that my knight isn't doing anything here. I'll probably try to get this knight in first, actually. Because at least this knight is taking squares away from his knight. Okay. I mean, I can just go back with my queen and be super safe. Because, I mean, where does his rook go now, right? If he does this, I just go here. And I win the bishop. So if I go here, there's no way for him to attack my queen again. I could be threatening this. This seems good. Getting some messages from Apex right now. Dang, son. I'm not gonna say anything about the game he just sent me. As in the result. I'm not actually looking at the game, but I can see by the title of it that he had a pretty good not a pretty good result. I can see the result in the thumbnail picture, so to speak. Yeah, so I'm not sure what he's gonna do here. To be honest, if I can go here on the next move and try to trade off these dark squared bishops, then I'm going to be very happy because my dark squared bishop is kind of booty cheeks right now. And that is a technical term. That is a medical term to describe the quality of my dark squared bishop. Yeah. I see, like, basically the only reason why I wouldn't play bishop a3 is if he moves the rook. But then I will probably play knight a4. Or maybe bishop b2 first. Okay, if he plays knight e4, I'm probably going to take. Bishop takes. Bishop a3. It's always bishop a3. So he does move the rook. But now, I was planning on kind of doing this anyway. Maybe I should do that now. So I have a lot of options. My candidate moves are bishop b2, knight a4, and knight e5. Knight e5 is just, it seems like a feel-good kind of move. It doesn't really seem like it's fixing any problems in my position. As a matter of fact, it's kind of just relinquishing some control of the center. Perhaps after knight e5, he could just play bishop d6. And then I don't really want to trade, so I would probably consider like coming back with knight c4 or something. Ugh, feels weird, right? So perhaps bishop b2 makes the most sense, and if, let's say, he plays like bishop b4, you know, just knight a4. I think bishop b2 is the most important, so that way I can get a rook to c1. Quick blunder check. Yeah, there's no checks. My bishop is undefended, but I'm not concerned. Again, c5, I just wait. A5, knight A4. Spending a reasonable amount of time on things, I feel like. I'm still down on the clock. You know me, I'm always down on the clock, but right now I'm just up a pawn. Position's so solid. That's an interesting idea. I guess he wants to control this square some. Should I play rook c1 or should I play knight e5? Knight e5 has the threat that if you want to go knight e3, bishop e3, targeting this pawn, f3, you move the bishop, and now we have a fork on d7. Controlling some important squares in black's position now that his queen doesn't control this square anymore. That's a pretty valuable square. Even if this rook moves or something, there could be a potential to grab this bishop. There's no way to attack the knight in this. Okay, there's still this move. Okay, but the problem is that if I go rook c1 and he goes knight e4 and I take, he's guaranteed to either double my pawns or he will win a pawn. Right? So maybe this does make the most sense, but then what do I play after bishop e6? Bishop e6, I could do this and then snap off the dark squared bishop. Same ideas apply with knight e4 that I previously described, I mean. Yeah, we're out here, we just chilling. I don't have a drink, so I feel like I don't know what to do with myself. Matter of fact, the only thing I can think of is how much I would love to trade off his dark squared bishop and then start positioning all my pawns on light squares. Breaking in the center. Because then my dark squared bishop would go crazy. So yeah. We'll just have to wait and see what he plays. C5 now. Whoa. That is not the move that I was expecting. I think we can just improve our position with rook c1. Consider some of these other moves that I was already discussing. I think rook c1 is very important to play. I really don't understand why you moved the pawn one square. I guess he thought that my knight maybe wanted to come here. I think this square is a lot more entertaining, personally. If I trade his dark squared bishop for a knight, then my dark squared bishop could be, like, really nice, honestly. If he goes here now, I'll probably just consider moving out of the way. No, I should probably still take. Going with the same idea, because then his dark squared bishop will be hanging behind all the other pieces. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. Because the knight on e4 controls c5. I don't want his knight to take on c5. If my knight lands there, I want his bishop to take. That's where we're going to get the most bang for our buck. Also, if knight here, I just fork him, so ignore me. Now that all the things are defended in my position. Now, bishop e4. I'm definitely taking that. Because takes, his knight has no threat and this pawn hangs. Also, because takes. Okay, so we just talked about this, right? So this is just a fork. Here, takes. Here. 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 Yeah, I think it works out. Let me just double check. Knight here, knight takes. Because it hits the queen. And if you just move the rook, then I just like go here. And we're just picking up good vibrations. This also just like wins a pawn. I guess is... it's so hard to say. Which is better? This wins 2 points of material. This wins 1 point of material. So I think if I go here, takes. Here, that's a little bit more weakening. I'd love to retain my structure a little bit better than that. So let's go here. If I go here, can he attack the knight in a weird way that puts pressure on my position? I don't think so. Let's just go here. Also, what was I talking about? Oh, okay. I guess he saw this. I'm confused. I didn't see this move until just now. Here I have this, to be honest. This attacks both. Here I can just go here, I think. And it's still both pieces hanging. Yeah, so I think we knew that we had to play f3 at some point anyway. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. I guess he could consider going here, but it's just takes, and here. Okay, but now this is hanging, right? Because I take this. No, the queen defense. What am I talking about? Let's just take that and bring the other piece over. Now I just have to be careful with how I position my pieces, and I'm up a good amount of material. What am I up? I'm up 3 points. I'm up an exchange and a pawn. Next move is definitely going to be this. Bishop here. Ideas of bringing my queen here. King takes is very interesting. I mean, doubling up on the C file, pressuring this and this behind it, I think just makes so much sense. I could consider sliding my queen in here too, actually. The thing about a move like queen d3 is that it has one idea, and then he just goes here. And then it's like, okay, well, why did you do that? Then I can play e4 with the idea to play this, takes, and it doesn't work anyway. So yeah, queen d3 just doesn't make sense. But this move actually has the idea to attack this and still go to this diagonal. So I think that's probably a pretty good idea. Another good reason to play queen c2 in the next move, potentially. So I'm no stranger to positions like this, right? I find myself, I can usually get a pretty good position out of the opening, sometimes even winning. It's all about how you convert it, and boy do I struggle converting, right? So with this additional time that I have and this stress taken off of me, let's see how that influences my ability to convert, because that's what it's all about, right? So we're just gonna wait for our opponent to make a move. I'm not entirely sure what his best plan is here. I haven't even started thinking about his move, to be honest. Okay, so bishop there. I guess he wants to get in with his dark squared bishop, which is valid. But I think I just go here, and it just creates two threats. So if I go here, how are you defending this bishop another time? Are you abandoning the bishop? If I go here, you can move the bishop. And now this pawn is defended, then I go here. You bring your king here, I take. So I think the idea of this was actually to just defend the pawn. But actually the funny thing about bishop here is that I can just go here. And there's no pin problems, because if he takes, I can take back because the bishop is defended by the queen. So queen c2, final answer, blunder check real quick. Does he have any sacrifices? Maybe. But then I just go queen here. Probably queen here, actually. And then I'll just have to defend my king. Here. I think that might actually be his best move. I'm not kidding. Getting 2 pawns for the piece. He can also just go back. What am I talking about? He can just go back. I'm like actually addicted to crack cocaine. But this move is still potent. He can just go back though. The bishop defending this square is less than favorable. I could even consider doing this, I think, just to remove the bishop and take that pawn, and then I'd really be breaking through. But I think that queen h7 is a better idea. Here. So he does play this. Okay, so obviously I have to take. So let's go here. We want a queen trade. This check is covered. We're now up 4 points of material. But our king is very weak, and we need to take very careful care of that. So this is an idea. This is an idea because, depending on where he moves the queen after that, then I'll have this. And that looks pretty good. So where does he move the queen? Over here to attack the pawn? Here anyway. Takes the pawn. The bishop's not hanging. So I just take this. And now, like, you're getting cooked on the back rank. I'm not seeing any danger. I think just this. My other idea was this. But I think that this is more potent because it has the follow-up of e5. Queen here. Here. Bishop here takes. Basically, if I get a queen trade here, I am completely crushing the game. I also have this idea too, to be honest. And then start getting hog wild going for this kind of an idea. But it's like, it feels so much more risky. Than just winning this pawn and getting in on the back rank. Because then this rook could potentially be loose. Ideas of taking this pawn. I'm seeing a world where if he goes here, obviously it's a fork. And then this threatens the queen while simultaneously taking the pawn. And then he would probably give a check and I would block with the queen. And then he would just have no pieces left. You got to pay attention to the relationship between this pawn and what happens next. That is another great reason for me to go e5 instead of breaking with d5, because if he breaks, then he could try to slide his rook over. So that's kind of just an interesting thing to observe and think about, I think. If I keep this closed, then his bishop is just stuck. His rook is stuck as well. Here, here, here. What's the threat? Let's go here. I also have ideas to go here after that. I'm trying not to make any move instantly here, but I'm feeling pretty comfy with my idea. If he goes back, same thing, I'm taking the pawn. Checks are coming in hot and heavy. This pawn could potentially be helping to protect some escape squares. This pawn, after the rook moves away, will be defended by the bishop, which this is the only diagonal for checks. This is the only file for checks, and it's completely closed now. I really like this plan that I've put together. I actually thought of some additional options and then, you know, settled on this plan. Feeling pretty good about it. All right. Yo, shout out Luminous, man. I love seeing your comments. +6 ELO, let's go. Dude, we take +6 ELO nowadays. +6? Shoot. I never get that many ELO. Yesterday I lost some. I got a lot back with my games that I played off camera, but it was like yesterday to lose 3 in a row, man. I mean, it happens. Especially when you like drop pieces like that. Sketchy. Opponent's down to a minute here. I mean, okay, so he wants to cheese me. He wants me to take, and then, you know, wants me to lose my own queen here. Which is funny. But I think that I'll just go here. Here. Takes. Takes. Here. Here. I mean, so many options, right? Here, just threatening this just seems so normal. Here, rook takes, pawn takes, check. Here. Any other checks? No more checks. Queen takes a2, rook takes g7. Literally everything in my position is defended. Except the b pawn, but who cares? I'm up 4 points of material. Here, I mean, I don't know, maybe queen here or something. Rook here, even, in that position. Just to block any checks, just like completely take his hopes and dreams. I think this is the vibe. Yes, I saw this check, but after king e7, I didn't really. Oh, that's actually. No, it's not. Never mind. I was thinking maybe I had a rook sack, but the queen covers, so no. Actually, though, bishop check. No, I don't think so. So I think check. Or takes. Check. Here. Takes. No, I think I should be mating him here. Takes, takes. Because he has no checks. Yeah, takes, takes. Check here. Check here. Check here. No, this is defended by the queen. We just went over this. So takes, takes. I would probably just give a check and then recapture the bishop. Let's double check that calculation. Takes, because I have time. There's no reason to blunder the game now. Takes, takes. Check here. Takes. And then on the next move, I'd probably try to just go here and checkmate the guy. Queen covers this, so that's kind of unfortunate for us, but yeah, so let's give a check. And then we can take this guy back. That's just defended. If I go here and he takes, trying to get fancy, I just queen trade, take back and hang the rook, and I'm good to go. So let's look for that. This might be his best move now, technically. Here takes, takes, takes. Here takes. How about that? Let's get your king off of that pawn, shall we? I'm trying to play a little bit faster just because, like, he has 10 seconds and I just want to finish the game up. Yep. Let's take here. And now the rooks will actually defend each other after this move. After this move, check takes, takes, check here. Check, he can just take. And then I'd play check. Here, check. Here, takes. I don't want to rush it now, because then I'd really get screwed up. Check. If he takes, 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 takes. Is it takes? No, because then check. Check takes. Check. Here. Check. Check takes. Check here first. Do I just go here and circumvent all this BS? If I just go here, then he has this check, and I go here. And he once again has no more checks. Here, what checks does he have? Just this one. Here, he has this check. And then I'm actually getting, like, mated, right? Oh my god, what's the matter with me? I'm starting to freak out. Honestly. I'm starting to freak out. If I go here and he gives this check, then I go here. And any diagonal checks I block with the rooks. That's what I have to do. I go here, check here, check here. That's what it has to be. I mean, bro's got 10 seconds on his clock, and here I am freaking out. Talk about a silly guy I am. If I go here. Now I'm running out of time. I'm up a full rook and just need to not get mated. Can I do it? Oh. Well. I think we should just start giving checks now, right? All right. We made it. We played in 85. 84.3. All right. So this is just plus 0.5, just a very comfortable position. H3 is only good. Let's look at the Explorer. There's already no games in this position because nobody plays bishop c4. Or sorry, nobody plays bishop f5. As a matter of fact, out of the 7 games, 6 of them go with just taking the pawn back and being hunky-dory. So this was the best move. Coming back here was slightly better, but ultimately had the same effect. b3 is a miss. Why? Go here and you can't stop this fork. I don't understand. Here, f3. Oh, just knight here. But okay, rook here. I'm just looking at the engine line. This just seems needlessly complicated. b3 was fine. This is a miss, apparently. If you play this, then it's pushing equal. No, it's +1 still. Now bishop b2, still the best move. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Bishop takes feels weird. Queen d5. I mean, that's a weird one for me. Knight e5, still just targeting the pawn. Takes on c4, b takes c4. Bishop takes was the best move, huh? This was the best move. That's the best move here. This was mate in 8, mate in 7, I missed it. If you go here and sack everything, then it's forced mate. Probably could have calculated that. Takes, this is a check, bro. That is so sketchy. Here, he just has no threats, or no checks, and you literally just have to start throwing pieces away? No, but he's gonna check there. Queen takes b8, b5 check, forces a queen trade. And it's still forced mate in a few moves. Bishop takes e5, why wouldn't you take this? Because then it's just mate in 1. But if you take this, defending this pawn, then you get this, I'm assuming. No, we take this, and now it's forced mate. For sure. c5. Rook takes c5. Wow. Okay, so I missed mate in 8. Check. Rook takes c7 was best. I don't know why I didn't even see this move, bro. Rook g5 check. King h1 is probably the best bet. If I go here, then I actually lose. This is the kind of stuff that I was saying I need to look out for. Because queen d6 check and I have nothing to... This is why I, like, really waited for, like, 3 minutes here and started freaking out. Because this was actually a line that I saw, now that I think about it. Well, it was in a slightly different position. But it's like, if you don't have anything to block and you put the king on the dark square, it's like, ugh, you get mated. Anyway. So if you go here, and he gives this check, you have to go here. All because his only check is on this square. If you go queen d6 trying to give this check, then we just give this check and trade the queens, or at least that's what I would do. Queen f3 is apparently the best move, going for mate straight away with rook f or queen f7 and rook c8. So mistake, because now it's just mate in 1. All right. So like I said, what were the stats? I played an 84, he played a 69. I played like a 1950, he played like a 1900. Let me know what you guys think about playing the longer time controls. I'm not gonna lie, I could probably squeeze like 3 10-minute games into this 50-minute time frame. But, you know, like, is that worth it? That's the question, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I appreciate your feedback as always. It always feels good to get a win, especially one like this where I didn't have any blunders. My only negative mark was that one miss, which was b3, which is a developing move in the opening, so like whatever. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.